with their 3 children aged 6, 7, and 9 years old.
Okay. Okay. So she brings the body home, bedroom, and then what happens? Even if you told me about he's dead, okay, and that you guys were together.
I didn't know they were gonna lie about that.
Two-tone diamonds when I walk in. They was watching, now they talking cause I'm popping.
Here. I saw this video pop up, man, and it honestly looked kind of crazy by the title and the thumbnail. So I figured, man, why not check it out? So let's get right into it, man.
Every child deserves a parent, but not every parent deserves a child.
Please, can I go and see him? Please, can I go and see him? Please, can I go and see him?
Hey, loud.
May I go and see them?
There are 6 cases when evil parents realized they've been caught. Starting with this case, where an officer from the Volusia County Sheriff's Office responded to a call concerning a child out on the driveway who looked neglected.
I think I remember this guy.
Poor little man.
Does he say anything to you?
No, he didn't say anything. He's not afraid of it, for sure.
He didn't say nothing, no?
No,
Oh, okay. Give me 1 second. Come here, buddy.
but he almost ran out in front of my truck when I was trying to hear he was running in front of their car.
Gotcha. Jesus Christmas. Give me one. Just hang tight for me 1 second and I'll
Bad
get all
for
your
the
information.
kid, man.
2 concerned women had pulled over and dialed 911, fearing for the child's safety. But this isn't the first time the officer has dealt with the same child.
Can you
Oh, poor
hang tight
kid.
with him while I pull my car over here and he can sit in the back of my car for a second? Absolutely is.
Come
There you go.
here. Hey, little man. Oh, you poor little diaper.
Absolutely. Let me pull my car in here.
I had to pull over. I had to.
No, absolutely. Where was he walking? He was just walking right here?
Yeah,
Damn,
I walked
bro.
into the intersection, and I'm just coming from somewhere from my.
That's
doctor's
crazy.
appointment.
Okay.
It freaked me out.
Would you mind giving me a written statement about what exactly what happened? Okay, give me
I
1
definitely
second.
will.
And I know you're working, so I'm going to try to make this as quick as possible for you.
Thank you.
You know, I don't want to say it's that trailer right there,
Right.
but I was out here for a similar incident, and it was that trailer right there. So I'm going to try to find the mom again.
Same child?
They were younger. They were younger, obviously.
Bro,
at the time,
I don't
but
get how you can just let your son or daughter just like roam free like that. Like that's some bad parenting right there.
That's why I'm kind
A
of
little baby too.
You're a godsend today.
Yes.
Go ahead. You want to sit in the back of my car real quick? In the blue lights on? We'll put the blue lights on. You want to sit in your car?
Okay,
Go ahead.
yeah,
We're
that'd
nice
be
and cold, and
great.
I'll hang out here with him.
Thank you.
What's up, little man? You like it in here? Woo! Boom, push it. Look at that.
After receiving no response from the parents, the officer decides to take the witness statements and wait for the parents. The officer's behavior with the child should be applauded as it helped with keeping the child calm. Not long after, the parents come out and are confronted by the officer.
You recognize me?
No.
You don't recognize me? I was here
No.
last time when this happened. You remember that?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Bro,
your
if
son
this is-
today was in the
If
street.
this is happening a lot, then why she should be ashamed, bro. Like how is she gonna say no? She doesn't remember.
Walking out on US 1, and luckily some nice ladies
That's not even
saw him and stopped before he got smushed by a freaking car.
it's not even right, man.
You know, what were you guys doing in there?
We were just sleeping.
Just sleeping?
Yeah.
Can we get him a new diaper on? His diaper is really soiled. You don't even want to, like, I mean, you can look at it, obviously, but it's disgusting. Like, I didn't even want to walk in there, but I wanted to make sure there wasn't another kid in there.
Is this the same kid or a different one?
No, it's the same kid. It's the same kid that called us last time. He's got a younger sister, I think. She's with the grandparents. So we're going to need to call DCF
That's wild.
or the grandparents.
Shockingly, the mother had no reaction upon knowing that her son was on the verge of being run over, showing the type of people they are. Fortunately for the little boy, the officer then informs the parents that they are going to be arrested for child neglect.
Step out of the car.
They're sitting here crying, but do you know how it feels to be the kid? The kid should be the one crying in reality.
Sure.
Poor parenting. Add that one to the list.
Poor
Turn
kid,
around. Come
man.
here.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, this is just a
Didn't do
circus.
nothing. That's the
All I
point.
want was the kid to get some clothes and get changed.
What do
You
think
guys
I
couldn't
was
even do
doing?
that.
What do you think I was doing?
Around, that's what you were doing.
I was putting clothes on. This is not fair at
Bro.
all.
It's not fair. Yeah, it's
This
not
guy,
fair.
this guy not wearing a shirt already says a lot about him. Like, it already says a lot. He's so lazy to even put a shirt on. You know what I'm saying? And he's not even, like, buff or anything to, like, really, you know what I mean, have the shirt off. It's not like he was working out.
Your son, that's what is not fair to. Have a seat. They're letting him eat old McDonald's that's like 10 years old. They can't get him clothes. But he's walking around with his glass everywhere. You know, this is just ridiculous. My patience is done with these two.
Not having shown any type of remorse for the situation in which their son was, but doing it when they realize they are being arrested, is disgusting. The couple's son was placed in the custody of the State Department of Children and Families, and the later identified parents, 28-year-old Yajira Tirado and 25-year-old Jacob Kruger, were booked into the Volusia County Branch
No way,
Jail
his
on a
last name's Kruger, bro.
$5,000 bond. But if you thought those were disgusting parents, wait until you hear about 19-year-old Alexi Trevizo.
I'm just going to tell you this. I've never, ever seen a reaction like that girl.
Oh, I think I heard about this one before. Is it like, I'm not sure if this is it, but isn't it like some girl goes to the bathroom and she like throws her baby away or something like that? I don't know, something. Or she goes to the bathroom and like does something like right before her giving birth. I don't know. Something like that.
I don't even know what to say about it. There was zero emotion.
On January 27, 2023, Alexi Trevizo was admitted to Artesia General Hospital in New Mexico for extreme back pain. The only thing, however, is that this wasn't just normal back pain. She was having labor pain, and instead of letting the doctors know, she decided to do the unthinkable. What followed was an incident that would forever traumatize the medical staff involved in the case.
That's crazy.
So I started working her up. We did a pregnancy test on her, showed positive. She was denying that she had sex. Then she said she had to go to the bathroom. She went to the bathroom. She was in there for quite a while. We kept knocking on the door. Finally, we got her to open the door, and there was blood everywhere. She was cleaning it up. Okay. So we took her back to the room, and I was afraid that she knew she was pregnant. She had done something to herself. Mm-hmm. So the doctor started doing an exam on her. We had the lady come to clean the bathroom. She put the baby in the trash can, and then she put another clean liner over the top of it.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So when they looked in there, there was no trash in there, but it was underneath the clean bag. The baby's dead. Okay, we have him in trauma too, but she killed the
murder,
kid.
Bro.
Yeah. How old was the baby?
I don't know. It's full term. She just had it. She had it in the bathroom. Was what happened, and then whatever she did, I don't know. She's gonna lie. She wouldn't tell us she's pregnant. She's been lying the whole time.
Alexi had been in the bathroom for quite some time.
This is crazy. Beyond crazy, bro. Like, that's beyond crazy, bro. This is like the most messed up thing in the head most messed up thing you can do, honestly.
Until nurses realized something was wrong. Initially thinking that Alexi had hurt herself, they never imagined finding a deceased
Even if this was your girl, you're having PTSD, bro.
Born in the trash can of the bathroom.
We discovered a dead baby in the bathroom. Oh my gosh. I'm sorry. It came out of me and I didn't know what to do.
Lexi, I told you about this. I just asked you, baby, to tell me the truth.
What the heck do you mean you didn't know what to do? Like, what do you mean you didn't know what to do? That doesn't make sense, bro. Something's not adding up.
I was not crying or nothing.
What did you do to it?
Okay, stop right here. Stop. Number one priority, guys. Number one priority is she just had a baby. I don't know if she's delivered the placenta. She's bleeding significantly.
Yeah.
I've spoken to the obstetrician.
Aren't you supposed to like slap a baby on the bottom right when it comes out of the womb?
At Loveless, they want her up there as soon as possible.
Okay.
I obviously need your permission to transfer her from medical stuff.
She's 19.
Oh, you're right.
But she is a student too.
She's still 19 years
you're
old.
right. You're right. She needs to. I'm sorry, I forgot she's 19.
A lot came out of me.
But you need to make sure that you're safe. I need to send you to Loveless to labor and delivery. Will you please agree to that?
Yes.
Okay, great. I'm gonna work on that. I'm sorry about this, but in terms of delivering a baby and it looked like you tried to hide it, we do have to have the police involved.
And nothing was crying. It came out with nothing.
I know. but the baby's gonna have to be taken for.
I don't know, man. This girl just seems way too clueless, man. Something about it. She just seems like what she knows. She knows what she did. She seems aware of the situation. She just seems like she doesn't really care too much about it.
See, and there'll be an investigation.
That's just what it looks like.
I'm really sorry, guys. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry, but we need to do this correctly.
The newborn had been found covered with linen at the bottom of the trash can, which shows that Alexi had tried to hide her crime but failed. Not only that, but she refers to her baby as nothing when saying nothing was crying, which again shows the type of person she actually is.
Yeah, exactly what I was trying to say.
Where did you put the baby at? Tell me the truth.
514.
She's like smiling, dog. Like look at her face. My G, look at her face. She is not crying. She's smiling. She's evil. Literally evil.
Where did you find it? Came out in the toilet bag. You put it in the bag?
Yes.
In what bag? Why did you say anything to us? Do you want to get in trouble for this now? You could get in trouble for this.
The mother's reaction and attitude to the news are
It's not like you took a dump and like you threw your poop in the trash. It's not like that. It's not the same thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, like I shouldn't even have to say this, bro. Like, how stupid can you possibly be?
totally not what one would expect in a situation like this.
Stop
More sad
commenting on
is to
this
see one of the
situation.
nurses showing more
Stop
compassion
commentating on
and
this.
grief for the baby than his real family.
And all I saw was like blood everywhere, like on the walls, on the toilet. It just looked like horror film. The umbilical cord looked like an animal had tore it apart. Like, you know, have you ever eaten string cheese? Like, you know, when you twist it, that's how the bottom of the umbilical cord looked. And I just remember it caught my eye, and I was like, God. I was like, this chick really ripped this thing apart. When there's like one or two things in the wastebasket, I usually pick it up and take it out, but I didn't that night.
This is really disturbing. She like twisted the cord. Bro, what? Because you know how like you need to cut it? I don't even know
And
what
then,
to say, bro.
Like, I've been kicking myself on this because I feel like, you know, if I would have just taken it out, I would have seen it.
Well, no one prepares for that type
Bro,
of thing. You know what I mean?
This
Most
lady
people
right
don't
here is traumatized now.
act like that. So don't blame yourself for it.
Yeah.
Because it's not a natural thing to do.
I mean, it's just hard because I'm a mother, I'm a grandmother, and I've dealt with death before, but never like this.
Right.
You know, like, it was horrible.
Alexi Treviso was finally detained and later arrested on charges of first-degree murder and tampering with evidence. She faces life in prison if convicted.
Damn, life in prison. That's crazy.
Just tell me what's going on.
For her arrest.
Okay.
I will give it to her whenever.
Can I see her?
She can see the warrant when she gets arrested.
See, she's dumb. She should have just let them know everything. She acted like she didn't know she was pregnant.
This is my house. I have a right to see the warrant.
I'm letting you know she has a warrant for her arrest. We don't have a search warrant for your house. We have a warrant for her arrest.
Okay, can we see the warrant?
Yeah, once we
She gets a copy of it.
Can I go up there when you take her up there?
You can go to the detention. Do you know where it is?
Everything?
It's
Okay,
nowhere.
so what is she under arrest for?
She's over 18. She's got to talk to her.
I understand that,
Right.
Detective Gonzalez.
Right.
What is she under arrest for?
She knows what she's under arrest for.
Warrant for arrest, okay?
For what?
That's all I'm going to tell you. Okay?
What do you mean that's all you're going to tell me?
She's a murderer.
She's over the age of 18.
I understand that, but I have a right to know as well.
And we'll tell you that, but we
Okay,
need
then
the
let me know
cooperation.
now.
We need the cooperation.
Let me know now. I'm giving you the cooperation. I told you answer my question. What is she under arrest for?
Like I said, she's over the age of 18.
To make matters worse, not long after this incident, Alexi was seen enjoying her school prom, and her mother is suing the hospital, blaming them for the whole ordeal. But if you thought parents couldn't get any worse, on April 22nd, 2021, police arrived.
She's suing the hospital?
arrived at a home to discover the cries of children screaming for their mother. Neighbors concerned about the kids' well-being were quick to dial 911.
No way.
Is that someone passed out on the ground right there?
This is traumatizing.
Are they both your children? Yeah.
The officers that arrived then found the children locked in a room in deplorable conditions. The mother, once confronted, even dares to put their cries off as them playing.
Hello. Yeah, you.
Me?
Yeah.
Yeah, are you the mother of these children here?
Yeah, what's up?
They've been screaming and crying?
Yeah, they're playing. They have the windows open. That's what they do.
They're not playing, ma'am.
Right. Well, he looks like he needs some juice or something. He's showing me his cup.
Yeah, I was just about to go get them.
Bad parenting at its finest, man.
They feel like there's children in distress over there.
Yeah, they're very loud and they scream a lot.
Yeah, it's called a kid.
Yeah. They scream a lot and they're very,
How old are they?
almost 2 and 3. They're very
Is anybody supervising them?
Yeah, I was just in there. Like, I was just in there getting them stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Sounds like she wasn't doing nothing.
So there's like 10,000 choking hazards in there that they're locked in that room and nobody's in there supervising them? As they're screaming for the whole neighborhood to call us?
Is that bright in your eyes?
And this apparently has not been the first time from all your neighbors calling in, saying that they hear this multiple times throughout the week. Do you have an ID with you?
The officers, besides the disgusting look of the house, noticed cockroaches on the walls. And
Yeah,
to make
dog, I was actually about to say that. That's actually like what I noticed. Like, I was like looking like, are those leaves or are those cockroaches? Like, this place looks disgusting as hell.
cockroaches on the walls. And to make matters worse, she even declares that the house is a safe environment for her children.
When was the last time you even changed their diapers? As it's sagging there, probably full.
They had a ton of juice, and it was probably an hour and a half ago that I changed their diapers.
Does this seem to be a safe environment for your children?
Yeah, it's completely safe. It's just, they're very, very loud and vocal. And since both
Bro, there's like tons of trash
This is a safe environment,
in front of the freaking house. Look at all that. Look at all that trash, man. That is not normal. It's not very clean.
I'm not enthused so far, to be honest with you. You notice the cockroaches on the walls?
Yeah.
That's a lot of cockroaches,
You can
dog.
see
So the screen was in there.
Yeah, the screen was in, but you see how they had the holes and stuff where they're pushing their fingers through, and I mean, I feel like he could easily push
Bruh.
that out if you actually
Just
tried.
the thought of cockroaches, bro.
It took her several minutes. It seemed
I
a good amount of
can't,
time
bro.
she was
No, cockroaches, bro. I can't live with
When she
cockroaches.
answered the door, she was like groggy and
Was
tired.
the baby with her when she answered the door?
No.
Yeah, so she wasn't
The
there.
infant was asleep in the bed. She seemed tired, groggy, kind of out of it, like she just awoken. And they were banging on the door that was locked from the other side. With an empty juice cup. Mommy, mommy, mommy.
With an
Just
empty what?
scream. Juice cup.
Juice cup?
Juice.
Oh, juice cup. Oh, I was like, what's a juice cup? Okay.
And screaming, mommy, mommy, juice, juice. And just loud screeching.
The mother, who previously had no reaction to being told about her children's cries, now is seen breaking down as she's arrested for child neglect.
You want to explain or?
That's crazy.
Sure. So based on our findings tonight, okay, we do have probable cause to make the arrest on both of you. Okay? It's just not fair to what's happening with these kids. Alright, so both of y'all are going to be going to jail tonight.
I'm not gonna lie. I be seeing a lot of people be doing this type of stuff, So there's probably a lot more people out there who do need to be arrested.
Okay, DCF has obviously custody of the kids, and they're going to be staying with your.
I didn't know people actually really get arrested for this stuff.
Is that what it is?
I thought it was only like child
You guys are
abuse
able to get out tomorrow, you can get back to your baby.
that like people get arrested for.
We have no money. I have no family.
I understand, but we have probable cause to make the arrest. Okay?
We don't tolerate this. All right, the conditions they're in is unsafe for them, in general, completely unsatisfactory.
You're gonna probably want your wallet, your ID when you go. Alright, go ahead, put your hands behind your back, please. Put your palms together just like you're praying. Palms together. Palms together, like you're praying.
Christina Coe and Gilbert Bridewell were finally arrested and transported to the Sheriff Perry Hall inmate detention facility. They were both charged with 3 counts of felony child neglect without great bodily harm, and because neighbors called the cops, these small babies were saved from terrible people like this. And another very similar situation happened too, but this time kids were left in a hot car until an Uber driver realized it. On August 21st, 2021, Ohio police officers responded to a 911 call about kids being left out in a car for hours.
You pointed out to me that you seen the kids in the car left. I talked to the little girl. She said she don't know how long she been in here.
Okay.
One is like an infant, probably like 4 or 5. And I think the other one was like 3 or 4.
Okay.
I was just doing an Uber Eats here.
You're fine. Okay.
Drove by and the little girl was hanging out the window screaming.
What the windows was rolled up though?
Like the two are like the two how they are were kind of like how they are, but the two back were this one was up. The little like 3-year-old here was hanging out the car screaming, like screaming for her mom. So I stopped and I was like,
What's your
your
name?
mom's name?
What's your name?
Steven.
Say you notify.
I do gig work for work.
Okay,
so
okay.
I was doing an Uber Eats here,
Save them.
and like I said, I drive by and the little girl was hanging out the window screaming for her mom. So I'm a parent, so I was like, so I walked up to the car to make sure there was nobody in the car with them, and I asked her, I said, "What's your mom's name? I'll go get her." And then I saw the security guard and I asked him to come outside because this is a serious matter, and I was like, "You gotta call the police. This isn't okay."
Here we can see how thanks to this guy, these kids were saved from a fatal fate. To the shock of everyone, we are later informed that the mother had been donating her plasma and had checked in at 7:30 in the morning, leaving her 2 children in the hot car for almost 4 hours until this point. It seems that because this happened in the
4 hours? No way.
morning, the kids were luckily able to resist for longer as it wasn't too hot.
So she's been checked in with us since 7:30 a.m.
7:30 a.m. Okay.
Who brings their kid when they go to a dang lab or whatever?
Oh my God, Lord Jesus.
It's getting really warm out here now.
It's really hot.
And
And look, the baby's dressed in pants and long sleeves.
what's your name?
My name is Stacy. I'm the registered nurse here.
Alright, Stacy. Alright, we're just getting them checked out.
Yeah.
I appreciate it a lot.
You're welcome.
Those kids are crying like crazy.
Been here since 7:30. Been here since
I know it's
7:30.
bad.
When confronted, the mother was seen unable to process what she had done wrong, clearly showing what a great parent she is. Like we've
What
seen in
the
the other
heck?
cases, she breaks down crying after being told she is going to be charged for child neglect, but has no reaction to when the officers told her about how she had endangered her children.
The windows is rolled up.
Yes, ma'am.
And the kids are here now.
Yes, ma'am.
All right.
Yes, ma'am.
We come here. However, people were here, bystanders, were able to, open the door, give the kids some water. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
However, this is a severity crime. Okay. You can't just leave the kids in the car unattended. All right. The car was not on.
They could have even got kidnapped.
Yeah, I know. I wouldn't leave it on.
You wouldn't leave it on. I was literally gonna say that if you left the car on and had the AC on, that would be a little bit more respectable because at least they have the AC, so like it's not, you know what I mean? The heat's not really bothering them, and make sure they have food and water or whatever. But like, you're just gonna sit there and just leave the car off the whole time while you're sitting there inside the lab with AC, probably 60, 70 degrees in there.
Yeah, I mean, it's hot outside, you know what I mean? Oh, so you mean to, okay.
Even if it was on, people can take your children.
Yeah.
They can take your car.
Yeah.
And it's like near 85 degrees outside. Inside that car heats up very fast. And
Yeah,
children at
the
a young
car,
age,
if it's like 90 degrees outside, the car will be like 150 degrees. Correct me if I'm wrong.
they're easily raise their temperature level
All
up.
right, so I'm going to go talk to my surgeon here. We're going to discuss how we're going to proceed. We're going to go to the hospital, get the kids checked out. I'm going to notify Child Family Services. All right? And we'll go from there, okay? Okay. I'll do this. Hold on, I got this.
Why is she crying? Why is she crying? She wants sympathy or something?
You pregnant or postpartum?
No.
Go put your hands behind. We're just detaining you right now, right?
I'm
Put your hands
being
behind your back.
detained?
Yes. Put your hands together like you're praying. Like you're praying. There you go.
Listen, my baby.
Yeah, stand by, alright?
The mother, who previously hadn't checked up on her kids, now demands to see her kids as she's being arrested.
Dog, now you all some of the care? That baby's crying, bro. That baby's crying like so hard.
Yeah, Stacy Aldridge. 7:30, right? 7:43, okay.
Please, can I go and see him? Please, can I go and see him? Please, can I go and see him?
Hey, laugh.
Girl, you was not caring like 2 minutes ago.
Yeah, they're going to the hospital, okay?
Tell it to the judge.
The woman, later identified as Tamisha Massey, was finally charged with endangering children. She was then entered into a drug court mandated program where she successfully completed it after a few months. And if you thought a mother leaving her kids in the hot car for hours was shocking, then you haven't heard about the heartbreaking ordeal the kids in this case had to go through. Brittany Gosney and James Hamilton lived with their 3 children, aged 6, 7, and 9 years old. To say they were bad parents is an understatement, as the couple would do anything other than take care of their kids. Often served microwaved Hot Pockets for dinner, the kids would survive in the toxic household where James
Hey, I
would
mean, I had to survive with Hot Pockets for a little bit too. I'm not gonna lie. Hot Pockets and Maruchan, literally. And then once you run out of Maruchan and Hot Pockets, then like, what do you really have to eat? You just have cereal. But like, I mean, that's what happens when you. That's what happens when you don't have someone to cook for you, or like you have like a woman that doesn't know how to cook. You know what I mean? Because this parent right here probably doesn't know how to cook.
often lose his rage, and Brittany found ways to not look after her children. That is, until March 2021, when Brittany and James arrived at the police station to report their 6-year-old, James Jr., missing. After noticing unusual behavior from the parents, detectives placed the couple in separate rooms for questioning. What unfolded is absolutely disturbing.
Did you wake up the kids or Brittany to make sure they didn't know where little James was?
Well, it was around about 8:30 this morning. I woke back up with everybody, and we all went looking again, and then we couldn't find him nowhere. We came here.
What's your gut feeling of what you think happened to little James?
I don't know. I'm hoping he's somewhere there in the neighborhood hiding.
Does he have any friends that he hangs out with?
None I'm aware of.
Does he have any of the parks that he likes to go to?
Any parts. I mean, he's ready to swing, anything will be on it.
Okay. Well, like I said, I really appreciate you talking to me. And we're still trying to get to the bottom of all this. And obviously you and Brittany are our number one sources of information that's going to help us right now. But we We got to find him. I'm sure you want him found as bad as we do.
I'd like to go as soon as possible before I go back out looking for him.
Sure. Well, you hold tight right here, and if you need something knocking on the door, I'm going to go check and see what else they can come up with, and maybe I got good news.
James mentions that after a dinner of pizza rolls, they had put the children to bed. He then checked in on them at around 4 o'clock in the morning when he realized little James was missing. But is this the same story that Brittany would tell the detectives?
Oh no. The thing people don't get, man, is having a kid is like a privilege, like. But these people be taking kids for granted. They don't really be caring.
Did the 6-year-old get in trouble last night?
Yeah, he got in trouble for something. I remember what it was.
You don't remember what it was? Okay. What was the punishment last night? Corner.
I don't really like putting my hands on my kids.
That's okay. That's fine. Some people don't. You guys, what'd you have for dinner last night?
They had pizza rolls and chips.
The kids did? Okay.
Okay, so far she's
They're
saying
telling me
they had
that
food.
James had gotten in trouble for something, and that he wasn't given pizza rolls, but he was given bread instead because that was his punishment. You remember that?
No, we gave them like lunch meat sandwiches at lunchtime.
And then all three of them, you're saying, got pizza rolls last night? Why would the kids tell me that?
I don't never make them go without any meal.
I know that.
I'd rather go without before them.
I understand what you're saying. I'm just trying to figure out what they're talking about. What the kids are talking about. Basically, I'm waiting for my
That's crazy, man. Imagine the kids just lying on them.
guy to come here. He's going to do the polygraph for me, and we'll just kind of go from there. I got guys out canvassing the neighborhood, so we're actively looking for James. Little James is what I call him now because I got Big James in there.
It's confusing, I understand.
So we're looking for James now. Don't think we're just sitting here talking to you. I got a bunch of people out doing it.
I was going to say, is anybody even out there looking for him?
Yes, 100%.
Because I'm sure brother and sisters worry about
Yes,
little
yeah.
brother.
Your daughter also said sometimes Big James doesn't get along with Little James. What would she mean by that?
Is his dad's name James? Or is
Does Little James get any more or less
the
trouble than
brother's
the
name
other
is
two?
James?
They all get
Right.
about the same.
They're all close to the same age. They all, yeah, okay. So,
I know James does like being mean to them, so taking their toy away.
all Little James.
Yes, not
Okay.
that.
I got you.
How about I just say my son?
Get that over. All right.
Brittany's reactions are really unusual for a mother who has just lost her kid. Instead of being hysterical over it, she is casually chatting and even laughs along with the
Shouldn't she
detective.
be like more worried? Like where are they?
Detectives know they need a confession from either of them to find young James, but they have assumed the worst already, and so they decide to confront James with the information that Brittany has told them everything. This being a risky chance the detectives are willing to take.
Hey, James. Talked to you out there at your house.
That's crazy. I didn't know they do that.
I just talked to my girlfriend there.
I guess they do that to get the truth out of you.
I'm terrible with names. What's her name? Brittany. All right, now she's told me most of the truth. Okay, she's saying she don't remember where he's at, but she's told me about he's dead. Okay, and that you guys were together. Okay.
I didn't know they were gonna lie about that.
What do you want to know, sir?
I need to know where the body's at.
That I do not know. As for me being with her and the kids, no, sir, I was not.
Okay, and we can talk about that later.
At home.
We can talk about if you were there or not later. Okay, she's saying all five of you were together, and this is what happened. Okay, and I'm not going to go into details what she told me there. Okay, so at this point,
Well, what did she tell you that happened, sir?
well, I know that he's dead, and I know that his body's somewhere, and I need to figure out. I'm wanting right now to recover his body is really important to me because it gives closure to both of you guys. Okay, that's the most important thing. We can go into detail later that when it's happened. Okay, because surely she's smart enough to tell you, even if you weren't with her, okay, you got to take some ownership of this, okay? Don't minimize anything.
The ownership I would take of it is where I didn't call when she brought the body home, sir.
Okay.
What the heck?
Where is the body then? When she brought the body home, what did she say she did with it?
She didn't tell me, sir. It happened up at Rush Run Park is where it happened at.
It happened in Rush Run.
Yes, she was supposed to take the kids up there, give them a scare tactic.
Right.
Drop them off for a few minutes, turn around, go get them, because they all...
Bro, there's no way. That's crazy, dog. You don't ever do that to a kid. You don't ever try scaring them to make them learn. You don't do that. The worst thing you can do is just play like a scary pop-up video, because that's what used to happen to me when I was a kid. I'll get scared of pop-ups and stuff and just calm down, you know what I mean?
Not real bad.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
James claims that Brittany had taken the kids to a remote area out of town as a sort of punishment to get them to behave, during which little James had tripped and fell. The impact had ended his life. Brittany then brought the body back home to where James was waiting.
But now, so when she brought the body back to the house.
She brought the body back to the house.
And what's the conversation then?
Conversation.
I've been freaking out.
I was. I told her. I mean, she called me.
So, did she leave? You're saying she brought the body back home, though?
Yes.
Okay. Where was the body at when you saw it?
Upstairs in his bedroom.
In his bedroom. When was all this? A couple days ago? Yesterday? Today?
Friday night.
It was Friday night. So we're into Sunday now. We were Sunday morning. And how did you guys come up with the idea of, well, we're going to have to report him missing at some point, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
That was her idea, sir.
Okay. So she brings the body home. Is it in the bedroom? And then what happens? Even if you yourself went out totally by yourself and got rid of it, I just need to know where. You're still helping your wife.
James thinks Brittany has confessed to everything, including that he had been there during the crime. As his next plan of action, he decides to separate himself from the situation, but what he doesn't know is that by continuing to talk to the detectives, he is only digging his own grave.
Okay, were you with her when the body was dumped?
Yes.
Okay. If we went out driving, did you take it back up to Rush Run?
We wasn't up the Rush Run, man. I went east off the bridge. He's in the river.
Okay. What bridge? Middletown Bridge?
No. Cincinnati.
Down in Cincinnati?
Well, it's,
Bro, what the heck? They're from Ohio, too, to make things worse?
It's the bridge goes from Kentucky to Indiana.
Okay.
In a river, bro?
How did you what time of day or night is this?
This was about 3 o'clock this morning.
This morning? Okay. What did you do with the other two kids go with you then?
No, they was at home in bed asleep.
Alright, so both of you guys get up. We gotta do something. And then take him down to Cincinnati off 71. You're thinking
275, yeah.
Okay, and just did you throw him off the bridge or did you
hold him off the bridge?
Was it like a stream or was it the actual river?
The actual river.
The Ohio River, the big one.
Yes.
Fine, but you're doing good. I know this is hard on you. Alright, look at me. I know this is hard on you.
Now I'm going to jail just for helping her.
Okay, we can figure all that out.
Okay, listen, this ain't fair to me.
It ain't fair to the little boy either. We'll figure it out.
I agree with you. I told her that. I mean, when she called me and told me she's at the wrong place, I told her, turn around, come home. Turn around, come home.
At the wrong place. You mean a Rush Run?
At Rush Run.
Okay. What was her plan then? Because he didn't accidentally get...
I feel like she was the mastermind behind all this. And he kind of got dragged into it and just helped her. So, like, it's just as bad for him, too. But, like, she was, like, initially the one who wanted to do the whole thing.
Oh.
I don't know, sir.
To punish the kids, I guess, to
The story
scare
she
them.
told me when she came home, 1 minute it was he had the handle door. And she
But they're
took
both to
off,
blame, though.
and he fell.
Realistic.
On the car? On the van?
On my van.
Okay.
Then the next minute it was that he was chasing after her, tripped and fell.
So she told you a couple different stories?
Yes.
James claims to not know the actual truth, as Brittany had told him multiple stories of what had actually happened. Detectives then decide to confront Brittany with everything James had told them, as they know they do not have the full story yet. What follows is incredibly shocking.
We're just trying to figure out, just hold on, exactly what you were thinking. Why? Because from what you've said, and please correct me if I'm wrong, James told you, I want the kids gone, I don't want to see them no more.
Yes.
When you loaded up in the car with the kids, you left Crawford Street with all 3 kids.
Yes.
James was in that house.
Yes.
He wanted you to take them somewhere and never bring them back.
Yes.
Okay. So you're confused. You care about James.
And I also
you care about James, right?
Yes.
So you take off driving. So you
Sorry if I'm quiet, man. I'm just soaking this all in.
get to Rush Run, and did you tell them, hey, hop out and pee, or did they?
Well, they said at first they said I have to pee. I said, okay, well, go ahead and go to the bathroom.
You got out and you went in through the side door.
The side back door, yes.
Right, and you lifted him out.
Yes.
Set him on the ground.
Yes. I didn't throw him or anything.
Well,
I just
okay,
set him down.
sure. Nobody's saying you did. So once he's on the ground, what happens then?
I went to go pull off.
Where was James whenever you backed up and pulled out? Little James.
Well, I wasn't all the way into the parking spot. I was just like halfway there, not all the way there. When I went to go pull away, I'm guessing he had the handle.
Right.
And then I went to go drive off, and he, of course, had a handle. When I looked, he didn't have it. And so I heard kids screaming. I don't remember.
She's trying to lie her way out of this, but that's crazy.
They both, I don't know.
Why were they screaming? Because you were leaving them?
Yes.
Okay.
Because they knew I wasn't never just.
Sure.
So, they were standing by the bathroom stall, whatever it is, and James was kind of standing close to them, but not that close. And as I showed you on the paper, I just went around him and didn't realize he had the handle.
Did you see him grabbing the handle?
No.
Okay, you're just.
But when I kind of like, I'm assuming he grabbed the handle because I kind of pulled him a little bit, not much, and he got up and then fell back down. I guess I kind of probably made him hurt his knee on the ground or something, and he lost his balance, and he tried to catch his balance. He didn't get to, and he fell and busted his head on the ground.
Without even a hint of remorse, Brittany has carefully narrated the incident, claiming it to be an accident, thinking that it would make her look less guilty for her child's death.
So when you got back home with James, you come back with the kids. How do you bring James? You just carry James into the house, or does James go out and get him?
I carried him in.
Okay.
Bro, this whole situation.
Where
is
the
crazy.
clothes at that you were wearing when you carried them in?
Sitting on top of a laundry basket.
Are they dirty?
Yeah.
Right, I got you.
So you carry the boy back inside. Have you already contacted James and told him what happened? Okay, by text or by call?
It was a text.
You sent him a text?
Yes, and then he called me, told me to bring him back because he couldn't get James to listen.
So you bring the kid back, you carry the kid in, and then what happens? Where do you put the kid? Where do you put James?
I just laid him on the when you walk in the door, that room right there, on the floor.
The front, when you walk in the front
living room?
Yes, the front room.
So the living room
where
and
the
the
couch
couch.
is, yes.
You laid him
I laid him on the floor.
Okay.
The bare floor. And he took him upstairs.
James took him upstairs
and put him in the bedroom.
We're going to give you a few minute break, and then we'll be right back.
Do you need anything? You need another restroom? You need anything?
I wish I had an anxiety med.
Not a single tear on this mother's face yet, which goes to show she doesn't really care about her kid, something you don't see very often at this level. James then tells the detective how he and Brittany got rid of the evidence by dumping little James's body into a river.
Took off about halfway across the bridge, stopped, put it in park. She grabbed his feet, I grabbed his shoulders and threw him.
You guys pull up. You guys see a car and you pull over right before the bridge, or 100 yards before the bridge.
I'm not gonna lie, this guy is actually pretty stupid.
Right around there. You wait, you go by. As soon as that happens, you guys
by,
pull
like,
up, and you just, I mean, there's really not much room there.
She jumps out.
Did you? Okay.
I didn't even open my driver's door. I just climbed around. She opened the side slider door, grabbed his feet, I grabbed his shoulders. Nothing I'm aware of, sir. I mean, as soon as we let him go, I jumped right back in the van. When we got going some, she looked at me and said, I heard him hit, and kind of giggled about it even.
Right. So, did you see him, did he float? Did you see him floating?
I don't know. I had no idea. He got straight back in the van.
Like the fact that he tried to lie about the whole situation at first.
And again, that's kind of where we are. You're worried entirely too much about what she said. No, listen. I want the whole truth too. That's why you know the whole truth. You're sitting here fishing me to see what I know, and I've been fished by the best of them, and I'm not going to be a about it, but you ain't the best.
James's attempts to outsmart the detective are failing, so he finally comes clean as he realizes there's no way he's getting out of this now.
I've got a lot of info here.
She wanted something to help hold him down in the water. There's a brick tied to his chest.
There's a brick tied to him?
Yes.
What kind of brick?
About this long, about that thick.
Like a cinder block brick, or like what kind of brick?
Something like a center block brick. It's more like a yard walking stone brick. I mean, it's about this long, like I was saying.
Right. Where'd you get the brick? You go out of the back of your yard and you go
it's like
to the
some
right.
Friday 13th type stuff right here. It's like some Michael Myers stuff right here. A brick, bro? Really? Like what was that for?
Alley or to the left and then
to the right.
So you went to the right. Did you go to the cross alley or did you go on? So you go to the cross alley and you make a left. So you see, this is how this works. I know a load of information about this. A lot of it's been confirmed, and I've ruled out some of it. Well, some of it that you told us initially. Now, with that being said, I'm not holding that against you because you're a little bit freaked out. But here's where we are. Right now is going to be one of your only opportunities to genuinely show me that you're going to cooperate. This is good. This is good because I knew all this.
The detectives have enough information from James to charge him, and seeing James stick to his final story of him not knowing what Brittany was going to do after she took the kids, they decide it's finally time.
That's crazy, man. I used to want to be a detective until I found out how traumatizing it is.
Him to talk to Brittany, who will end up revealing the brutal truth.
Okay, I need a shower. Like, you can see, I'm breaking out everywhere.
I'll ask him. I'll go back there and talk to him as soon as I drop you back off. I got a question for you, though. Are you willing to talk to me about what happened?
Yeah.
First off, I need to know why you guys are down in Richmond, Indiana, at Walmart.
I didn't go to any Walmart.
You did not go to any Walmart?
No, that's why I'm looking at you like, what are you talking about?
Did he take the kids and go to Walmart?
He might have. I don't know.
Okay.
That's what I'm trying to tell you. He does some stuff when I'm sleeping. So how am I supposed to know anything?
Well, I mean, you're not sleeping 24/7.
My meds would let me. I'd be sleeping 24/7.
Is he really where you said you dumped him?
My son?
Yes.
Yes. That's where he dumped him.
Okay, but you were with him.
Yes, okay. That is where
you guys went to do it. That's legit.
And yes, he said to make sure we dumped him on that side because of the currency or something goes this way. I don't know nothing about the water.
So it doesn't matter.
Even though it was an accidental.
I think it was, but you went there to dispose of your kid, to leave your kids out there is what you want to do.
I went to go there to drop them off, not to harm them or anything.
Okay, but you're still abandoning your children.
Brittany's description of events is chilling. The way she describes the accidental death of her son without showing any emotion or tears tells us the kind of creep she is. Seeing this, the detective gives Brittany a final chance to come clean. Realizing she's going to be in more trouble than she thought she'd be in, Brittany changes her story as a last effort to pin the crime on James.
He wasn't responding when he got out of the van.
Where at?
Remember when I told you when we got there, he wasn't.
When you got
he was already dead before you got there. Yes or no?
Yeah, he had to because he wasn't.
Okay, then how did he die?
Whatever James did to him upstairs.
Okay, you need to tell me that. What did James do?
The kid, all three.
All three kids. You can ask all three of them.
Because I know he hog-tied them.
Yeah,
okay.
And he was beating them.
Why didn't you call us?
He wouldn't let me have a phone.
Okay, so he's dead before you even take him out of the house. Is that correct?
Yeah, I didn't know it.
Who loads him up in the car? So he didn't walk to the car.
The kids, like, basically helped him to the car.
Helped who?
The other two kids helped James to the car.
Your two other kids carried dead James to the car.
Dude, that's like really freaked up. Like, that's really effed up to do. I'm not even gonna lie. Like, that itself is just like super traumatizing for those kids, bro. I just feel so bad for them. They should never have to go through something like that ever.
He, like...
Okay, you're lying.
No, am I not making this sense?
No, not at all.
Can you please stop yelling at me?
You're going to sit here and tell me and tell us that your two other babies carried youngest one to the car.
Oh, my God.
So then you really didn't drag James.
No, that's why I keep trying to tell y'all. I didn't do anything to that little boy.
You did? Yeah, you did. You didn't help him, number one. Okay? You're a grown-ass adult. That's a little baby.
Yeah.
How many times, what are they going to say about you hitting on him?
No, I'm not really hitting on them at all. I make them stand in the corner.
What are they going to say about you hitting on them that night with James upstairs?
They're probably just going to say I whipped their butt. That's about it. Like you said you do your children.
Right.
But I don't punch them, leave bruises, nothing. That's all James.
After hours of interrogation, Brittany is crying for the first time.
Damn, she said James punches them and all that, these bruises.
Ever. Describing her son's death so casually, calling him little boy instead of my son, and changing stories every minute has led detectives to confirm
Clearly she doesn't care, bro.
This is indeed a cold-hearted killer, and they've had enough of her lies.
I'm about to lose my temper, and I'm trying not to. I'm going to take a break.
Do you want to talk to me or no?
See, man, look, this guy's already trying to leave the room because how mad and traumatizing this is. If I was a detective, I would have to put up with this. How much do detectives even get paid? The wall has a hole in it too.
Tell me the truth. You've sat back there in that jail, and you've tried to come up with some excuse for the. Hold on, let me move over here. I'm too close to you. Because you've sat back there in that. Just listen, okay? You've sat back there in that jail, and you've tried to come up with some reason to justify you not getting charged with murder. Here's where we are, okay? You took them out there hoping no one would ever see them, find them, or you would never see them or hear from them again. Is that a safe assumption?
Brittany was finally sentenced to life in prison with the possibility of parole after 21 years. James, on the other hand, was sentenced to 19 years in prison for playing his part in the murder of 6-year-old James.
This has to be one of the craziest videos I've ever seen, man. It's good that they got sentenced, I'm gonna be honest, but the guy did deserve less years than the lady, obviously, because she was the mastermind behind everything. This was definitely the worst one out of the whole video, I'd say. I don't know what you guys think, but let me know which one you guys thought was the worst. But yeah, man, that's gonna wrap the video up, man. This was really messed up. But yeah, man, let me know what you guys think. That's gonna wrap the video up. Hopefully all you guys did enjoy this, man. Drop a like on this video, subscribe and turn on post notifications if you're new, and share the video around with your family and friends. This video is pretty tough to watch, it's pretty traumatizing, so if you subscribe, I'd appreciate it. But yeah, man, I'm gonna catch you on the next video, man. It's been your boy Clutch. Peace out, baby.
I'm like a ball player who is in his prime with these rhymes. They claim that the flow is sublime, but this is what I got, and in the meantime, I'm going off. 1, 3, 5